Our top story, scores dead in blood feud. The feud between old plantation families, the Grays and the Braithwaites, began almost a century ago and has come to a head on the streets of Rhodes in a bloody shootout. Most of the Gray family, including Sheriff Lee Gray, perished in the ambush as the streets pooled with blood. Witnesses at the scene of the battle say bodies littered the streets. Soon after, apparently in a bitter reprisal, several men stormed Braithwaite Manor, executing everyone inside. The historic plantation house was then burned to the ground. The fire could be seen for miles as locals rushed to the scene to find out what had happened. Officials do not know how many perished and will need to spend several days searching the ruins to determine the exact number. Almost all of the Braithwaite family are believed dead, although some family members remain unaccounted for and some were believed out of town. Telegraphic and telephone communication erupted in the hours afterwards as friends and loved ones reached out to find what had transpired. Services for the dead will be held in the coming days. Riverboat Grand Corrigan announces high-stakes gambling nights. High rollers, debutantes, and card sharks will be welcomed on board the Grand Corrigan Riverboat in a series of high-stakes gambling nights arranged to stimulate the tourist industry in town. Moored in Saint Denis, the Grand Corrigan is said to be the most opulent riverboat of its kind, still in operation, and those who have spent days of travel abroad say they scarcely wanted to disembark once reaching their destination. The staff are famously attentive and impeccable. The cuisine is some of the finest ever experienced outside of France. The linens and millinery are imported from Italy. The high-stakes gambling nights become something of a legend, with some of the biggest and richest men of industry meeting to raise, bluff, and bet incredible sums, some said to exceed the cost of a team of horses, the stable they reside in, and the mansion next door. The Grand Corrigan has resumed the famed gambling evenings now that it is moored in the area for a few weeks in preparation of resuming luxury travel service. Grand champagne reception to be held. The elite and politicians of Saint Denis are waiting for their invitations to attend the annual champagne reception and gala held by Mayor Henry Lemoine at his exquisite mansion on Flavian Street. Known as the richest and most extravagant party of the year, it is considered the highest honor to receive an invitation to attend. Invitations have been sent, ball gowns and fine suits are being made to order. Champagne has arrived by boat just 2 days ago. Enough to fill a swimming pool should Mayor Lemoine choose to build one. The annual event is a highlight of the year, and many yearn to take part as women wear spectacular dresses and men carry pocket watches and other fine accoutrements worth a year's salary for most working folk. This year's affair promises to be the biggest celebration yet, with musicians playing, people dancing, and the evening culminating in a fireworks display that is sure to be the grandest spectacle of the year. Onlookers are expected to gather to catch a glimpse of the beautiful and splendid guests. Opera singer robbed. Miss Chester Damson, a wealthy socialite and self-trained opera singer who most recently traveled to New York City to sing on Broadway, was robbed while traveling through Scarlet Meadows. The ruse began as a man purporting to be in the business of throwing musicals stopped the wagon she was traveling in and asked Miss Damson for an impromptu audition. Happy to oblige, she sang her heart out. Little did she know, the man had an accomplice hiding in the thicket. While she was singing, he snuck into the back of the wagon and stole her prized possessions and a great deal of currency. Upon making a report to the local magistrate, she chastised him for not hunting down the nefarious elements in the region and allowing wanton robbery and thieving. Miss Damson had recently returned from her performances in New York, which received very mixed reviews, which she blamed on the orchestra wandering off key and on the viciousness of the New York press. And our last story for tonight, bank robbed. The Bank of Valentine has been robbed by an outlaw gang thought to be responsible for several recent holdups and a spate of violence. The bank's manager was distracted by a female accomplice of the gang, then forced to open the vault. The safes were blown open with dynamite, and it is believed that several $1,000s in cash, notes, and commercial papers were taken or destroyed. A gun battle ensued in the streets of the town. The gang evaded capture, and soon it seemed as if the entire town were after them. They were chased by authorities, who were sadly unsuccessful in capturing the culprits. And that's going to wrap up our top headlines for tonight. I am signing out. I would like to thank you for watching and wish you good luck in your play.